This is JC from Real and Simulated Wars. I am here with a press copy of Flashpoint Campaigns Cold War. This is a new game from Slitherine that is going to be released on November 20. If I read correctly, it has already a Steam page up. And, well, you read the disclaimer at the beginning of the video that, of course, there are things that are going to be subject to change. And I am in the middle of a scenario. I'm at turn now, number 12 of this battle featuring the British forces against the Warsaw Pact. And well, I believe an introduction is necessary. Mostly of you have played the Flashpoint games at a certain point, but if you didn't, this is a tactical / ground tactical war game, X based. Each X has around 500 meters. You can see the shapes over there. We're going to zoom in a second. And it is turn-based with simultaneous resolution. You plot your moves, and the computer opponent or your opponent will do the same, and both orders are going to be executed at the same time. Of course, one of the very innovative things that this game did, it is that the turn duration is asynchronous. That means if you have a very good command structure and typical of a more agile organization, you can go through an OODA, that's orientation, observation, and decision and action cycle, faster than your opponent. You're gonna be allowed to make decisions more frequently than the other guys. That's what you see on top over there near the start button. You see the brown thing. It is our decision cycle. It is around 25 minutes. The Soviet the Warsaw Pact, they have around 35, 36. And these things can be affected by, attacking headquartered units or just by electronic jamming. It is a fantastic type of setup, and I believe it shows you the very core principle of maneuver warfare, but let's not digress right here. So for veterans, you know how much this game is worth and how much is loved among hardcore war gamers. It's a game that is very easy to get into. You will not find any, obscure key combinations. It is so chock full of features that allow for the discerning commander to be very judicious and be very careful with what he orders to his troops, but on the other hand, just plotting some orders and moving your forces around is very, very, very easy, which is just a game of enormous quality. So the storyline for you to know, it is we are part of the British forces. This is my overall headquarter organization here. We're in command of the 20 Armored Brigade right there, and we have our subordinate units. We have here the Royal Dragoons. We do have the Royal Hussars, which with a modicum of forces right there. And I am missing actually an outfit that could be this one here, the Royal Irish Regiment. So pretty much the Royal Irish Regiment is the only non-reconnaissance type of outfit right here. It is infantry, but it is light infantry, which makes this scenario very, very interesting, because basically we have reconnaissance forces along with this very light infantry, and we are doing a joint attack or counterattack against the Soviet Union. And we're supposed to take these objectives across Autobahn 44, and it is quite a tough scenario. And well, you know, it is quite interesting that we're making a counteroffensive with nominally weak forces, but let me tell you that these light forces, not too much of the Irish regiment, the Royal Irish Regiment, but you know, these are reconnaissance units like the Dragoons and the Hussars. They have quite the amount of main battle tanks. These are all chieftains, and well, let's see how it pays off. So there is a lot of units in the map, on the map right now. Again, it is a very nice area, feels very comfortable, even when the area for which we have chosen our main effort, it is, you know, has a good portion of open terrain. What I decided to do, it is to go to avoid these minefields right here, because you guessed it, we don't have engineers, and there is a bunch of destroyed bridges, and we have these minefields, and I'm expecting to see some prepared positions too. And well, we don't have engineers, you know, light infantry, reconnaissance units. We don't have enough assets to do this. Even our artillery, we have just 8 tubes of self-propelled artillery assets. So, which at this point they're firing. Keep in mind that, you know, you caught me in the middle of a scenario, but yeah, it is quite a challenge. So what I decided to do, it is to bypass these positions, capture some critical points, and move in a double hook, which you can see that I am shaping my troops in this particular way. I just want to avoid the Soviet concentration, and I want to use my tanks in tank terrain, because, you know, you cannot kind of deploy very, very well in this wooded and hilly area. It is basically quite a trap. You can see that, you know, the enemy defenses are kind of shaped into this, what appears to be like a big kill zone. But, you know, the idea, it is just to show you how the game plays and what is new. And what is new in this game? Absolutely the prima donna of the new version of Flashpoint Campaigns Cold War is going to be tactical air operations. So those landings, helicopter landings, expect a lot of descentees, and if you are commanding them, expect a lot of airborne operations. I didn't get the chance to try it, and I apologize. I wanted to put this quick video besides that, but also there are things that deserve attention and deserve mention as of being new, and that is the changes in it's not the core of the engine, but the way that things that you could do manually in the previous versions, you get to do them more easily now. So why don't we go and take a look at that and show you how they work out. So again, let's go with this particular outfit, the Dragoons. We have this battalion, or should I call it a squadron of tanks. These are chieftains. It is, I always like it about the British Army back then, how they would have, Land Rovers and chieftain tanks alongside. Of course, the Land Rovers were for the command and logistics, but it's kind of funny to see them listed over there. So I wanted to show you the following. First, you can select all units, all subordinate units of this squadron, for instance. That has been there forever in previous editions and whatnot. And the nice thing right now, it is that you can move them as a formation, and that works so nice. Let's say that you want to take this unit from one point to another. You can use this, select all the units, and use these different commands and different forms of putting these things on the road or on the open out there, and you have marching orders where you can basically shape the way that they move. You want them to move in a column and doing what, that is very, very important. And then you have your assaults with 2 up and 2 or 3 up, which is fantastic, very, very useful. And the computer itself is going to take care of the movement at this point, because it's still a work in progress. Sometimes there is some mishaps with the road movement when it comes for assaults, but nothing major, nothing that will detract us from having a lot of fun. The other thing that I wanted to show you, let me see if I can find the headquarters, shall I say, the bloody headquarters for this. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to select everything. Now I have selected everything. You can also use the old trick of using Control or Alt. I believe it was that you go something like this. Hold on a second. I believe it's Alt, no, Control, and you will select everything. And well, of course, you can move it as a formation, but you can set an SOP, which always been there. We know how useful are these, like, how the unit moves, how far it keeps itself against when they find opposition, if you want them to pull back, if you want them to engage, etc., etc. But right now, you have all these preset SOPs, which are absolutely fantastic. You can have SOPs that are grouped over there in different types for headquarter units, for recon units, for RT units, artillery, for AT assets units, and you have for mechanized infantry, which is this particular case right there. And you can set up anything at your pleasure. Let's say we're going to apply, let's go just attack. And you will have a description right there of what all these units SOPs are. Note how you have these, you can take them out, and that the SOP will not apply for that unit. Is that cool or what? That's absolutely great. So in this case, what we have chosen, it is dismount at 1 kilometer, use long-range engagements, no standoff, no relocation, which is a bit suicidal for APCs. And the APCs providing support for the infantry and prefer concealed movement, which is a very sensitive type of measurement. But fear not, if you want to change anything for this, you can change the different aspects of an SOP by just going to this menu and selecting what comes to heart, what is more adequate for this particular thing. If you are expecting enemy contact and whatnot. So I believe we already have this over there, but I just pressed it as I felt like. And many of these units that you see on the map right now, they already have their movement orders. As you can see, you see these little chevrons or little marks over there. They mark the direction in which these things are moving. And I'm going to take this mechanized unit, and I am going to go into column deliberate. That's going to be the type of movement that I'm going to do for them. And I'm going to just move them there because they're going to be part of the south flank. This is very typical of Flashpoint campaigns. You plot your waypoint or checkpoints, and then it asks you, well, what are we supposed to do when we arrive? And you have these options, and you can screen or just hold, like defend. And everybody mounted their transports, as you can see. And let's try another one. I believe these guys over here, well, this is your FARP. This doesn't apply to them, but we have the Hussars here. And I'm going to select this and select all the units. I am doing this because sometimes the units get interspersed and it's very difficult to pick them up. I just prefer to go for automated type of thing. We're going to set an SOP for let's just go with that. Stay and fight. And pretty much we're putting them, as you can read over there, we're putting them in the fight. And then we're going to move them as a formation. And we're going to use a hasty type of thing, which is kind of very dangerous if you ask me. We're going to ask them to go all the way down here, and we're having these, we're going to kind of marshal them over there. And I'm going to do the same with this one over here. That's the headquarters. I am going to set the SOP for this one. Stay and fight, which again is not the best option unless we have superiority and we want everybody to just move around. And we're going to move them hastily. I don't want them to share the road. Oh, but we use it column, and column tends to prioritize the type of movement that goes through roads. So I'm kind of risking a massive road jam over there. And just to show you guys, you have and it's going to be moving right there. We have that attack helicopter, I believe it's behind, yeah. And it has been bothering all the time. Comes and goes. We don't have too much in the way of air defenses. I should have thought about that more easily. There comes the Russians. That scimitar over there, right here, just engaged the helicopter and now it's pulling out. Oh. I'm surprised that the enemy didn't take this. Probably they have chosen to stay into their defensive positions and they're reinforcing it, which is playing on our side. For us, it's playing quite good. So the tanks that we order around, they have not moved yet. Oh, there is plenty of helicopters. And I am happy that I could use these crossings over there. Should probably have taken better care, leaving some security. Oh, there they come. Right in the middle. So this is going to be an interesting fight because, as you can see, the enemy has just taken this crossing right there. And I don't think they're going to sit there. They will probably move forward and punch through. So that Hussars tanks that are coming from the north, probably they're going to be used in a totally different way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. At a later time, I'm going to be posting some after action report. You know, there are so many things to explore right here. There are so many options. This game was just made way better with you know, a lot of automation. These type of scenarios where you have 6 hours, that's roughly, depending on the cycle, I could put them around 12, 13, or maybe 12, 11 turns, can be played in a very short time, mainly because you have these automated options where you are in command. You are not, you know, needling with this and that. Of course, if you like to do that, you can always do that. You can always, you know, adjust the position, the fighting position, take care of the nitty-gritty details of every single section or platoon, and that's totally fine. It works perfectly well. So this game can accommodate both, but you know, for the busy dad and grandpa, this is kind of time is a premium. So I really see this game as having a lot to show into that way. Is a very, very, very solid new entry in the, should I call it the franchise or something like that? You get the idea. So more is coming. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I will see you in the next video.